Okay, thank you for coming, everyone. We can start. I introduce myself. I'm Alessandro Malosti. I'm representing the HIVE, that is a company that is a business accelerator, and we are going to introduce the workshop of today about growing the business with AI, internationalization, sustainability, and team building. So I'm sharing my screen. Everyone is watching it, so you can confirm it, please. Yes, thank you. So who are we? So the HIVE is a business incubator and accelerator based in Italy. And the main aim of this company, it is that supports startup and established companies in transforming innovative ideas into scalable business processes through, of course, incubation, acceleration, and business model design, also for finance support, branding, and training. It is ranked second in Italy and 27th across Europe by the Financial Times. We also have different hubs located in Italy and Hangzhou in China. So the agenda of today is basically in 3 points: leveraging AI for internationalization, using AI to drive sustainability, and team building in the age of AI. So we are basically going through this path together. So I can show you the different AI tools that can be used when we are facing new markets and we want to internationalize our company in different fields, and also to drive sustainability, that is nowadays our main topic that we take care, and how to just be sure to create a team building using different kinds of AI tools that we can, of course, reduce the miscommunication and also to ensure tasks. Let's start with AI as a market entry accelerators. When we face new opportunities abroad and we want to expand our company into new markets, AI can be useful, very useful, by starting with analyzing new opportunities through which kind of country we want to face. So basically, we can analyze real-time data from e-commerce, social media, review, and search behavior, and detect rising demand patterns. We can use AI to predict segmentation intelligence, so cluster audience by demographic area and geographic area. Of course, we want to make sure that what we are going to offer to this country, which is the main product that we want to sell, and of course we want to connect with, and of course personalized value proposition. So basically the main aim is to have a strategic decision support. So AI can be very useful in compare markets using demand, competition, cost, risk indicators, prioritize and pilots and reduce cost about failing the market that we want to approach, and of course be aware of which kind of markets are we going through. So AI can analyze for us which kind of markets we need to expand. From translation to cultural adaptation. So basically, when we internationalize, the cultural adaptation and translations are the main things that we have to take care. Also because the culture of the country that we are going to internationalize is different from ours. So AI can be very smart and very useful to detect which kind of cultures are we going to face and adapt our product, our company to be sure that it is well inserted in the field. So Google Cloud AI and Microsoft Azure are the best tools to research new platforms and new way of internationalizations. ChatGPT also for exploratory market intelligence and scenario building. About language, deep learning is one of the best AI for the translation of websites, translation of our company profile, also manuals about the product that we want to promote in the cultural and of course in the expansion. And also AI can be a very good instrument also to redefine tones, idioms, and cultural references for local credibility. One of the best solutions that AI can be used is also for the customer perception of the products that we want to internationalize, not only for the company itself, but also for the products. So AI can be useful in social media reviews in local language, and it can identify cultural bias that are one of the most important obstacles in our research. So the objective is not translation only, but it is market relevance. AI can also help entrepreneurs to transform a generic value in something that is a very pure message and offers every solution for the targets. Of course, if you have some questions, you can also block me, and I'm very happy to answer. The other field that AI can be useful is also logistics and compliance. Logistics is something that nowadays is very important to take care, also because we can use predictive AI, not only for demand fluctuation and shipping routes, everything that can be also cured by AI, but also for predict machinery, when a machine needs to take care of, when we have to substitute a machine despite of taking care of it. And it can be very, very useful for that. Also because of the shipment requirements that nowadays is increasing. Let's think about the USA, and also the Hormuz Strait that we have got a very different kind of problems. So I can also detect which are the main difficulties in shipping routes, better if it is by plane or by boat or by train. So it creates a source, a useful source in this implementation. About the legal and the regulatory readiness, let's not forget that AI can be useful also for that, because it can show you the main differences in the law enforcement of the country that we want to internationalize. But we need also to be sure that all the rules and the laws that are in the country we want to expand are, of course, redacted by a lawyer or a person that knows the rules and can be useful in each step we are going to make. So let's not forget the human side, that is also very important during this time. And of course, it can be closer to the AI help. The last but not least is cultural readiness. So AI can be useful to analyze local sentiment, identify sensitive themes before campaigns to go live. Let's face the China markets, that Dolce & Gabbana, that are an Italian brand, did a campaign in China that was not the right message to the China people. So they got very upset. And that is the best example that the mistakes are level is also high when you try to expand, when you try to sensitive themes that are very important, AI can be useful also in this kind of thematics. So back in 10 years ago, AI could be very useful for the fashion designers as well. So internationalization is a system. Market intelligence must be connected to execution readiness. One of the best case study we can approach by putting together all these things is to take a company, a company, for example, that can be plant-based food or SaaS startup or fintech startup, and to try to follow this path. Explore, select a target, analyze data, trends, and segments, adapt a message, offer, and channels, validate compliance and logistic, and measure and find in terms of scale. We can make different kinds of simulation. We can use AI-driven tools to analyze the market, to localize and using deep learning and ChatGPT to make sure that the message that we want to address is well-based, and also using AI to simulate the logistics depending on which product we want to internationalize. So this can be a very useful workshop application to make sure that the mistake level could be low, but also to follow a path that is the best way to contribute to the internationalization. Here are some kind of AI tools that can be useful in this topic. I have mentioned some of them, like IBM Watson Analytics, Google Cloud AI, deep learning, but there are lots that we are going to see during this lesson. The second theme that AI can be used and can be very useful is sustainability. So entrepreneurs must take accountability of what is the best of his company. So the sustainability can be a very hot topic, because not only is representing what we are facing nowadays, but also with AI can optimize resources, can reduce waste, can conserve energy, and build a credible green brands. That is the main aim of entrepreneurs. Reducing waste can be also one of the best solutions when identifying new markets and when deciding which kind of state, region, or country we want to internationalize. Energy conservation. So we are facing a lot of energy consumption. So we must know that AI can be used also as an indicator of how much energy we are wasting in our company or in the process of production of our product. So the forecast demands and of course adjust lighting, heating, and cooling. And cooling can be very useful in reducing the waste of energy and also contribute to optimize the sustainability. And also supply chain efficiency. Optimize transportation routes, which is the main aim of a company, can be useful because it reduces costs and reduces also the energy waste. And build resilience, cost efficiency, and lower emission. Let's face about the fact that many companies, flight companies, are reducing emission of CO2 by guaranteeing some routes the lower of their energy, and of course with social media communication are trying to reduce the waste of energy. So basically Air France or other companies are using AI also to detect those fields that are important to know. Sustainability so becomes measurable when AI connects operational data and environmental decisions. From green intention to measurable business advantage. So what are the main steps to do? As I suggested in the slides, so we have to design life cycle analysis and material choices, operate automation and real-time dashboards, measure carbon waste and resource KPIs that are very important, communicate credible green narratives that are, the communication is the most important instruments that we have throughout our business plan, and improve continuous optimization loops. What we can suggest? To develop a product eco-friendly, from the packaging to the life cycle of the product itself. So AI can also give lots of information about the long life cycle of a product. So it can be useful by deciding which kind of packaging, which kind of source we have to imply in our project. Also passing through the operational efficiency. The less it costs, the less could be the quality, or also the less could be, of course, the operational inefficiency. So we have to control our locations of logistics, and the monitoring the type of products that we are developing also could operate costs of operational efficiency. But also the brand reputation. So being green today is one of the main goals of companies. So when we are facing this kind of strategic implementation, we have to analyze consumer sentiment around the sustainability, identify what customers value and where skepticism appear, and also translate real impact data into targeted, trustworthy communication. Also here, I represent three different workshops or case studies that we can simulate. One of them could be food startup that reduced waste throughout the demands forecasting and supply tracking. Or sustainable fashion brands that can optimize style, fabrics, and water use and production volumes by choosing the best fabrics that can control the energy waste. Or a renewable energy startup used AI to customize solar solution from small businesses. AI here play a decisive role in which kind of strategy we are going to implement in our business plan. Also, we can present different kind of workshops, design a sustainable product using an impact simulation, and there are different kinds of AI that can do that. Manage energy inefficiency in a fictional business scenario, and create a comprehensive sustainability plan. One of the main goal that a company that wants to internationalize is also to take care of the operational impact, cost, waste, energy, and emission. The business impact also can be a very important topic. The customer trust, the differentiation, and the resilience. So everything that I'm saying is to build a credible sustainability plan using AI that can be combined by technology, measurable targets, and operational ownership. So this kind of simulation can help young entrepreneurs to take advantage of what is the best and what the AI can bring to us as a new technology. Here is a list of AI tools for sustainability. One of the best solution for those that operates in the fields or agriculture is the Plant Village Neuro that assists farmers in diagnosis plants diseases, promoting sustainable agriculture by reducing the crop loss and minimize pesticide use. Siemens MindSphere, an industrial IoT as a service solution that uses AI to optimize manufacturing processes, reduce energy, and minimize waste. So you can also screenshot this slide if you are interested in, but also I will give the slides to and are available. Before passing to the third part, the team building in the age of AI, are there any questions? Is there a curiosity or something that you want to share to us in this line? Or how are you using AI nowadays in your company? If you are developing a business plan that are some references based on this study? Okay. Please be free to interrupt me during the last part. AI can be also a people and a collaboration amplifier. So young entrepreneurs that are very curious of using AI in different fields can also use AI in the process of recruiting to develop skills, improve collaboration, monitor well-being, and build an inclusive environment. Finding talent can be also difficult, so AI can be useful also in a screening curricula that can be one step after, and then the recruiter can also use their skills to interview the candidate, but AI can also be very useful in screening curricula. So the match, because it matches the job requirements with the skills that the candidate can also have. And of course, it's a reduction of the time spent to read every kind of curricula, especially to those big companies that have thousands of curriculums to read every day. AI can be useful also to fight the diversity. Diversity, equity, inclusion is one of the best and the main themes in companies, especially here in Italy. So it can be also very useful in structure well-based assessment and monitoring hiring partners to detect where the bias may persist. And also it can be it can develop pathways, so detect skill gaps and try to learning by introducing learning programs to fight those gaps, and also to align training with business priorities, motivation, and retention. AI can be also a tool of collaboration, productivity, and well-being, because it can combine collaboration by using AI from teams to different kinds of teams. For example, Slack, Trello, and Asana can prioritize tasks connected to your email, and also can support multilingual communication for international teams. And also project data becomes visible structured, so it can be very helpful in the communication. About the productivity, automatically assign tasks based on expertise and availability, detect bottlenecks before deadlines are missed, and balance workloads and reduce coordination noise. About the well-being, it can be useful in engaging, interact, identify early signs of burnout and disengagement, to solve different kinds of problems related to the human relations, and also recommend interventions such as workload adjustment, team building, and action. So to resume all the things that we have said, it can be a signal in terms of team data and feedback. It can be very useful in terms of patterns and risks. It can be an action in nudges and workflow changes. It can be reviewed impact on a moral and output, and also improving continuous team building and team learning. Using AI can be a very support in terms of decision making and create environmental and well-being stimulation in the working area. So it can also structure assessment to reduce the influence and informal bias. It can be also very useful in analytics in patterns of hiring, and also can be very transparent in terms of team decision. Some of the main AI tools can be Miro and idea boards that can support brainstorming, especially during meetings. Generative AI can also be an alternative in terms of customer insight. And also teams, as we are speaking today, move faster from idea to action plans by using dashboards and boards for interaction. The human advantage is not replaced by the AI, but it is amplified by better inputs, clearer structure, and faster iteration. The last workshop that I'm going to describe today is to turning concept into practical entrepreneurial capabilities. So one of them is the bias-free recruitment simulation using AI as a recruitment tool, and compare AI with a human assumption to make sure the AI is working as we are going to train our agent, and discuss fairness. We can use Slack, Trello, and Asana as a collaboration AI platforms, or we can use Miro or idea boards to generate and organize product ideas. So you can use also in your team operating system by deciding which is the best for your team, and of course to compare the human decision by the AI decision. Here are some of the tools that can be used in terms of team building in the age of AI. Some of them we saw for some minutes ago. So HIVE, Trello, idea boards, and Slack are very useful in terms of making collaboration and also tasks. So this is the conclusion of our workshop. So to make some summary of what we have discussed today, we can, of course, decide which is the best market for us in terms of internationalization, so AI can support our decision by analyzing all the trends and the market analysis, the location, and the compliance readiness. Then we can also analyze the sustainability KPIs. So AI is our friend and can be used also to study the energy use and the carbon footprint, which are the main sustainable decisions that we can make for our company. And AI tools can detect those elements that we need. And the team KPIs. So AI can be very useful also to time to hire, to collaborate, to make the screening of curricula, to make sure that our company is a well-being company. So just try to understand which are the main needs of our resources, and also to inclusion and to be a very friend in the terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion. The key ways, so AI identifies new market and enables sustainable operation, of course, can build a strong teams so we can use AI also to empower our teams to improve our decision making, And also AI is a strategic growth driver because it can drive us to make a better choice. So AI creates value when entrepreneurs combine data, responsible governance, and human creativity. So I conclude this presentation by thanking you to join, and I'm open to questions if there are any questions, and consideration, everything that you want to share. I'm very happy to hear you. So I think there are no questions. I don't know if you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation. You can see our email address if you want to. Thank you, Anita. Thank you so much. If you want to write us an email, or if you want to have to share ideas, you can also reach me on LinkedIn. Alessandro Malosti is my name and surname. So I'm very happy to and very available to have a chat together and to discuss. Thank you so much, Valeria. Okay, so I thank you everyone for this participation, and hope to see you soon and to have another chat by talking about the AI. I will be pleased. Thank you. See you soon.